Hey everybody, Barry here again. I got a new thing. Look, this one's black. It's exciting. Long story short, my wife and I drove 1,000 kilometers this weekend, or 600 washing machines, and dragged home this Escalade. It's an '06, and it's all black. It doesn't have a grill or headlights, but it's not a big deal because Desperado has those anyway. We'll go out and look at Desperado for anybody who hasn't seen it before, so you get an idea what I'm talking about. It's not just all random nonsense. So here she is. This is an '03 Silverado. It's all-wheel drive, and I've got the Escalade front end and the back bumper on it. The back of the truck is relatively dark. We got green, we got blue, some gray on the tailgate, and the front is white because I scrapped an '05 white Escalade. And it looks, you got a lot of contrast going on there. And I'm not going to be able to afford to paint this truck for quite some time. So I'd rather put the whole black front end on it so that it's not so big of a contrast. And at a glance, doing 100 miles an hour, it'll be like, whoa, what was that black flash that just went by? And for anybody who hasn't seen the interior, this is it. Stock Chev truck seats and everything, but I went ahead and put the Escalade dash in it. Now, there's one beige stripe across here that I may end up painting gray or something like that, because the Escalade had a beige bottom end too, but it had a console, so I couldn't use it, so I put the Silverado bottom end on the Escalade dash. Steering wheel, the gauges, all that stuff, all of the Escalade, and it all works except for the steering wheel buttons, which I may address later on. And I also put the temperature and compass mirror in it, because why not? So I'm on a bit of a time crunch this morning because I'm here at work early and I want to get this thing scrapped. So it's going to be a little bit of time lapse for now. I want to get that whole front end and the doors taken off. Also, one thing that's awesome is it actually has the tail light in it. My wife daily drives an Escalade. It's black just like this one, and the tail light is not in hers, and the white Escalade we scrapped also had it broken. So that's awesome. I can put that taillight right in her Escalade. Back bumper is in really good shape. I'll just pop off the white bumper cover and put that black one on. The doors are amazing. Look at this. They're like good as new and underneath. Mirrors are good. I need to replace the mechanisms in them because those are cooked. Hello, Spider Friend. And the front end is relatively good. He said the fenders are rusty, but I mean, you can't see it from here. Let's start taking it apart. Well, I got a lot of work done in the last hour. So much stuff I can get done without any interruptions and just Cletus on the background, bombing away, pulling parts off. I love it. Look. It's basically scrap. Hood, fender, door, bumper, other fender, other door. And I took off the throttle pedal, the tack module, and I was working on the wiring there for a few minutes, getting that pulled through, because I like to keep all this stuff. Fuse block is actually, I don't know, somebody's been in there doing some stuff. I don't like when people go in and do stuff. A lot of green dust in there floating around. And like every Chev truck, the fan fuse block here is completely cooked. Got a lot of stuff off of this thing, actually. I need to take the transmission out, the front diff. I'm going to take everything that I can because the transmission's a 4L65. Front diff is another all-wheel drive diff. So they're nice to have. I'll take the all-wheel drive transfer case also. Now, as for interior, the reason I got this for free, and I suppose I should mention who gave it to me. That's Sean Kerrigan. He gave it to me. He said, hey man, if you can get to St. John's this weekend and pick it up, you can have it. Absolutely I can. Definitely. So he gave it to me to support the channel. He said, hey, you need some cladding. There's a whole front end on this thing. It's all good. Come and get it. So I did. He took all the interior out and put it into his crew cab Duramax Chev, and it's absolutely beautiful. And that's all his old stuff there, so I don't know if there's anything any good to me or not, but whatever. Anyway, not concerned about that. Just the front end stuff. But there is a dash in this thing. His radio was actually in it, which I may take and put in Desperado because mine doesn't work. But again, I don't listen to the radio, so it doesn't really matter that much. Back seats are in it. That's good for my wife's Escalade. The truck is rusty. Like you can see, the step there is absolutely cooked, and the rockers are gone. I think the frame is bad. Oh, also I'm going to take the hydroboost thing here. I'll take that booster and the master cylinder because I do want to make mine hydroboost. When I go and put the turbo on it, it's going to want it. So I'll take this. The pedal is no good to me because it's got the adjustable pedal and I'm just not messing with it. It's funny. I was like, oh yeah, I'm all done here. I got the whole front taken apart. We can move on with the video. Yeah, I forgot about the back. I got the back bumper taken off. I just time-lapsed that. The cladding is next. I have to heat up the sticky tape here with a heat gun on the top and the bottom and pull it off gently a little bit at a time. The same with the rear wheel well here. You can see that there's some like dot looking things there. That's those little push plastic clips. So heat the tape, pull out the little plastic clips, and there should be another one like right down inside of there. There's another one, so I can pull that quarter off. And then I forgot, I'm going to cut the rear quarter out of this. I'm going to cut all this out here and just sort of sneak by the gas cap here, so that happens every time I move, so that I can take this taillight section out so I can weld it in Desperado. I want to be able to use these Escalade tail lights, so I need to take the Escalade quarters. I thought they were going to be the same. They are completely different. Well, back at it. I'm going to go time lapse it again and pull this trim off. All of that stuff is out of the way. Now we have tail light buckets, or whatever you want to call them. Somebody brought something up, Grease Monkey. Brought something up about the tail lights. He said, notice how the tail light protrudes into the body. That's something to look at, because it can't do that where my tailgate is, so I'm really hoping that the tailgate just comes up here and goes flat like that. Although I don't think it does. So I measured here out to pretty much the outside is 5.5 inches. And
Jeez, man, we're not far off that. I think this might work. I really do. I really, really do think it might work. So let's say 3.5 inches to the turn. Right here, actually, this is a different shape. It's not quite as square as the truck is. I would say it's very close though. Well, the worst I can do is cut it out and size it up against the truck and see what it looks like. I'm just going to drill out the spot welds right here, all these, and I'll cut it as high as I can and cut it all out, all around, and probably go down to, I don't know, the turn, just below the turn. That way I've got what I need. Although I think that rear quarter is a different shape too. I'm not sure. I'll cut out as much as I can. That way I know I've got enough and I'll trim it down if I need to. Scary stuff, isn't it? I just saw a fox. Oh, cool. Hello, fox. I got the 2 rear quarters cut out for Desperado. I got them cut out without kinking anything or without plying up any of the metal, so that's really nice. This is not extremely thick. Like, it's not rusty at all. Only you get down here is a little bit of rust, but that's not even serious. The metal is about 1/16 of an inch thick. Gets real thin down around here, so I'm not going to use that much. But it's all in good shape. I did notice that the quarter back here, the hump on the back is a different shape than the Silverado. I imagine it's because of the bumper. So if I have to use that, I will, but I'd like to stop right at this hump here. That way I've got a nice transition for the body filler. And then use everything that I can up here. This is going to be a task, and it's not a task for today, but I do have the parts. Now I'm going to go ahead and get it up on the lift and take the transfer case and probably the front diff out. I don't know if there's anything else I need down there, but I'll keep on scrapping.
I have put in work since the last clip 4 seconds ago. I didn't film it because it was just like I was on a rampage. I got so much stuff done. I should have put it on time lapse. I apologize, but let's go through it right now. Here is the tail light. Obviously, I don't need this for my truck, although it would be sick to have that like on the roof. Oh, it'd be so cool. But my wife's Escalade, same color as this, incidentally. Never got this. We never got this tail light with it. Hers was broken, and then the white Escalade that we scrapped for Desperado, that was also broken. So I have this one now that I can hook up in hers, and that's really cool. Here's the front diff. As far as I know, all these Escalades came with 373 gears. I'm not 100% sure, but maybe I'll message Sean and see if he can check his RPO codes, because he took the glove locker and put in his truck. Maybe he could send me a picture, and then I'll see if it's 373s or not. And then also, I'll find out if this is a 4L65E or a 4L60. Although I thought it was stamped on the case somewhere, wasn't it? Somebody will see these numbers and probably shout it out. And anyway, we got a all-wheel drive transfer case right there. That's amazing. Another spare set. Got a spare set of front diff and transfer case.
I don't know if I'll ever need it, but it's right there anyway. The entire front, of course, is stripped. You saw all that. I also took off the rad support and these rad support cab mounts, or rad mounts, whatever you want to call it here, because mine, if you remember from one of the previous videos, it was all like I had a big gap and I had to fill it in and stuff. So got those and the rad support. I got the pedal and the tack module. This is a different pedal. I actually thought only like the 07 up came with this pedal. I don't remember seeing this in like the 99 to 06 style, but that's pretty cool. It's good to have that stuff anyway, just in case. This is the interior. I don't know if I actually showed you guys or not, but this was everything that came out of the guy's crew cab, Sean's crew cab. And he put it all back in here. I was like, man, I'd love to have these seats in Desperado. That would be like really, really nice. But then I looked at the seat bottom for the driver's side. And I was like, ooh, I don't think I need those. It's not so good. It would have been cool because my interior is gray, but again, not a huge deal. My seats work fine. They're manual and whatever. I'll just use what I have until I find something that's better. Took off all the cladding. You saw that. Maybe what you didn't see was I took off the latches out here and everything inside of there. Took out all that because my wife's Escalade, when I pull up this lever, hatch opens up. When I go to close it, it goes clunk and it just bounces. It just kind of does that. It's not actually locked because the mechanism that's up here, this big old piece, is kind of rusty and crusty looking, and all these levers, when you pull and the cables pull, they just stay where they are, and I keep having to go and reset the latch, and it's kind of annoying. So I took all this out for hers. I'm going to change that at some point. So this thing is essentially stripped. This thing is essentially stripped. There's not much more that I can get off of it. It will double as a storage shed for now until I get Max to come and take it away to the scrapyard. And oh, also I got the whole hydroboost set up there. Like I was saying, I got that taken out after. That's all nice to have. It didn't look like it was leaking or anything, and it looks like maybe there may have been a relatively new line on here. So that's pretty cool too. Couple axles. I'm sure I'll never need to use them, but they're there. This has been a serious parts pig, dude. So much cool stuff in this. Oh, look, a rear view mirror that I forgot to take out. Oh no, it's an OnStar one. I don't want that. So I got so much stuff taken off this thing. It's awesome. Oh man, I appreciate it, Sean. Thanks again for reaching out to me, and Jarvis for actually connecting with me and setting this whole thing up. But I'm all done for today. I've got a couple of days before I can get back at this again because I got to take a transmission out of my boss's Jeep. Long story. Don't want to talk about it. But next video, hopefully the next video, I'll be switching over the entire Desperado front end to black. And that's an exciting one. I can't wait to see it all, like at least the same shade instead of having to contrast front to back. And having so many different colors, it's nice to have it all dark anyway. So thanks for checking out the channel. Thanks for coming on this journey with me and taking on this big scrap project and hanging in there through my ridiculous channel. I appreciate it so much. So thanks for checking out the channel. Thanks to my YouTube members, patrons, and subscribers. If you want to check out my Patreon, it's patreon.com/stationroadratrods. YouTube members link is down here. And thanks for watching. Have a great day, everybody.